The tension in the world of hunters is escalating rapidly as Sung Jinwoo continues to navigate the dangerous landscape of dungeons, politics, and the increasing threat of the mysterious ant infestation on Jeju Island. In episode 10 titled, "We Need a Hero," the story shifts focus toward Jinwoo's evolving role, not only as a powerful hunter but also as someone connected to others, reluctantly carrying the heavy burden of responsibility. The episode opens with an unusually calm and serene atmosphere. Sung Jinwoo finds himself walking through a quiet park with Lee Joo-hee, a B-rank healer and fellow hunter. Their conversation feels oddly personal compared to the usual tone of solo leveling, less about power and more about life's purpose. Joo-hee expresses uncertainty about her future as a hunter. She's tired of constantly risking her life for rewards that never seem worth the danger. Joo-hee surprises Jinwoo by returning the E-rank essence stone he had given her. Her decision is simple yet significant. She no longer wants to be part of this dangerous life and plans to retire. She leaves Jinwoo with a small smile of gratitude and walks away, her silhouette fading into the park's soft sunlight. The scene feels like a symbolic farewell, not only for Joo-hee's journey but for Jinwoo's own gradual transition toward accepting the role of a leader, even if he doesn't want it. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's thoughts drift back to a recent warning from Woo Jinchul, a high-ranking hunter who carries significant political weight. Jinchul expresses his concern about Huang Dong-soo, an S-rank hunter who could pose a serious threat to Jinwoo in the near future. He subtly suggests that Jinwoo and his close ally Yu Jinho should leave the country to avoid conflict, since the law cannot touch S-rank hunters. This ominous conversation hangs in the air, a reminder that Jinwoo's power, while extraordinary, doesn't make him invincible. There are forces at play far beyond personal combat, political maneuvering, guild rivalries, and unseen threats that could bring him down. Jinwoo, however, remains quiet, absorbing the warning without directly responding, his eyes betraying the growing tension within. Parallel to Jinwoo's internal struggles, Yu Jinho takes action by assembling a team of lower-ranked hunters for an upcoming dungeon raid. This team stands out not because of their strength, but because of their underdog status. It includes hunters with injuries, personal problems, and low ranks who would usually be overlooked in the hunter hierarchy. One notable addition is Han Song-yi, an E-rank hunter and a minor awakened individual. Though weak compared to most others, Song-yi is allowed to join the mission because of her connection to Jinwoo's sister, Jaina, though Jinwoo himself is not aware of this. Song-yi's character provides a sense of vulnerability and hope, showing that even the weakest have a role to play in this dangerous world. Jinho leads the group with determination, fully aware that this isn't just a routine raid. He wants to give these hunters a chance to prove themselves while strengthening their connection to Jinwoo, the rising S-rank hunter whose name is quickly gaining recognition. Sung Jinwoo, on the other hand, continues his solo dungeon raids, operating like a well-oiled machine. His enhanced strength and tactical brilliance allow him to clear these dungeons with ease, demonstrating the immense power difference between him and the average hunter. Throughout these sequences, the show emphasizes Jinwoo's efficiency. He moves with calculated precision, defeating enemies and extracting rare materials without hesitation. Yu Jinho supports Jinwoo by mining mana crystals from the dungeons, acting as a silent partner in Jinwoo's quest to gain more power and resources. Their teamwork demonstrates a rare bond between two hunters from different ranks and backgrounds. The interaction also subtly highlights Jinwoo's growing sense of responsibility, as he doesn't seek glory for himself but rather uses his power strategically. The episode takes an interesting turn when the White Tiger Guild, led by An Sang-nin, approaches Jinwoo, hoping to recruit him. However, Jinwoo outsmarts them by selling 3 dungeon rights instead of joining forces. His actions reflect not only confidence but also a sharp understanding of the politics surrounding hunter guilds. He knows he doesn't need their approval, and instead of submitting, he chooses independence, further developing his character arc as someone who fights his own battle. The tension slowly shifts toward Jeju Island, where a mysterious and dangerous ant infestation poses an unprecedented threat. The episode builds suspense by showing various hunters and guilds preparing for a large-scale raid to eliminate the ants. It becomes clear that this isn't just a typical dungeon problem, It's a crisis that could escalate into a global catastrophe if left unchecked. Hunters from different ranks are being mobilized, and as Jinwoo's name becomes more prominent, there's growing public attention on him as the potential hero to face this unprecedented threat. Despite his increasing power, Jinwoo feels conflicted. He doesn't desire to be a hero, nor does he want to shoulder the responsibilities thrust upon him. However, the weight of the situation begins to press on him more heavily. There's a quiet but powerful moment where Jinwoo gazes at a newspaper headline calling for heroes to step up. The framing makes it clear that society desperately needs someone like him, whether he wants the role or not. The episode ends on a suspenseful cliffhanger. Jinwoo stands on a rooftop overlooking the city, deep in thought. His face is expressionless, but his eyes reveal the complexity of his feelings, a mixture of duty, doubt, and determination. The next steps in his journey are unknown, but the audience is left certain that the coming battles will challenge him in ways he's never faced before. The final moments of the episode emphasize the growing divide between his desire to live quietly and the world's expectation that he fights for its survival. The ominous presence of the Jeju Island threat looms larger than ever, making it clear that the next episode will push Jinwoo toward a decision he can no longer avoid.